Hi, so this time we are going to talk about the Fediverse. So for those who have been following in LinkedIn, I have been very excited about this. I really truly believe that this is going to be one of the next things that going to change the web for good. I might be wrong. Like time ago I was betting for Mercurial over Git and it didn't happen. And yeah, but I mean, it really gets me excited. So the last 2 nights I have been working in this template and I want to show how to use it. So this is like a template for static sites. So if you don't know what is a static site is just like a bunch of HTML there, but there are tools these days that can do very cool stuff. So a static site, because our files have a lot of advantages, like for example security, like there is no code really running on the back, so there is no option for SQL injection or code injection or those kind of things. It also allows you to scale, like you can put a CDN, or even if you don't put a CDN out there, like just serving HTML files is super fast, super like fast, so it can scale. It's cheap, like storing files, it's cheap. You don't need to have like processing time, CPU time, a virtual machine, anything like that. So it's really nice to have in a static site, and you don't need to have like like just a static site. There are some patterns, like hybrid patterns, where you can just pre-render certain things for things that you know people will for certain things that you know will have more load or more users, and then other things that are more dynamic. And then with JavaScript you can add a lot of dynamic things. So in this case I want to add, like my blog is a static site, so each one of these things, it's a static thing. And so whenever I add a new post, and I add a post as a markdown post, it gets reloaded and it gets regenerated, all of this. But I mean, again, you can have like things like tags, so you can just click on a tag like this one, and you can see all the posts that have that tag, and you can have search, so very dynamic things. So in this case I want to show how to integrate this, like a blog, a static site, into the Fediverse, and it requires certain dynamic thing, which is the inbox, and I will talk about it, but I want to show how easy it is to do it. So let's try to do it live. So the first thing that you need to do is to create a new repository from this template, and it can be a private repository, it doesn't matter. We are gonna push secrets, but you can put it public or private, and you can put it a name, right? So any name. So like this is gonna be my blog. Make sure that you have a coffee on time so you can take a sip. So now you have like a copy of that template, and you have like all the instructions, right? So the first thing is to launch a code space. So let's create a code space. A GitHub code space is just like a virtual machine that gets like open in the repo, and you don't need to do anything really, like everything is pre-configured by me. So you just wait. Let's fast forward this until it gets completed. It takes a couple of minutes. Alright, so I'm in the future now. So this is a code space created, and these are the instructions. This is just a Visual Studio Code with like a virtual machine on the back. So I will log in into Azure, so you execute AC login. In this case you need to run AC login, use device code. You're required to have like an Azure subscription. So once that you are logged in, you close the page, and then you are logging in to your account. In case that you have multiple subscriptions, which I don't think is the case, you can set your subscription here. And then let's export this variable, copy paste this. It really doesn't matter the name that you have here in my blog. It's really just in case that you have multiple blogs, you can refer to this specific deployment one. And a deployment is just like the logical aggregation, logical group of resources. So I will just create my service principal. So the service principal will act in your behalf to not be, so you don't need to provide your credentials. And I will copy all of this and check it's only the JSON file, and this is a secret, so you won't be able to regenerate this. And then I will go to the settings of my blog, and then I will go to secrets and variables, actions, and I will add a new repository secret. So I will copy and paste all the secret here, and don't worry, by the time that you are seeing this, I will make sure that this secret is invalidated or at least blurred. And then this has the name AC credentials, and then I will add the secret. That's it. The next step, it's gonna be to deploy the infrastructure. So make sure that you have your coffee and time. I will copy and paste this. So this will deploy my blog, because the blog is based in a static storage, and the static storage needs to have a unique name in Azure. It will generate like a hashy, ugly name. You can specify your own name here, like for example, Mapache static. So I can put that here. In this case, I will put like a cool raccoon, let's see, and then just like expect that Azure doesn't have a storage account with that name already. So let's see. And this will take some minutes, so make sure you have a copy, and I will fast forward this to the future. See you in a few minutes, human. Alright, so we have all the resources. Now the next part of the script, oh, I forgot something. If you already have a hosting plan and you want to reuse that, you need to go by the hard route. So you need to copy paste this and just update here your class name, resource group name, location. If you don't know anything about that, don't worry. And this is, if you are a new subscription, don't worry about it. Just ping me on the Teams, or just ping me in GitHub, and I will be able to help. So, and then we need to build your configuration. So we are just gonna copy this and paste in this. It's just copy and paste. So it's gonna show like the private and the public keys. That's important. And it will update your README. And don't worry, all the secrets, like you can see here, is gray out the private key, so it's not gonna push, but you're gonna lose it. So like make sure if you want to store it, you can store it. The private key is gonna be stored as a secret in Azure, so because we need it. So if you really need it, right now is the time to make a backup of it. And you can see now the README, it's different. We have like a link to the original documentation here, but now you have your blog deployed. So this is example static website. There is nothing out there still, and like there is like this URL, but we have not been finished. So let's just go to your template. So the next step 7 is open GitHub Actions. So we are gonna go to your actions. We are gonna go to deploy ActivityPub inbox to Azure Functions workflow, and we are gonna run the workflow. So the workflow also takes a few seconds. You can refresh your page. You can see that this is gonna be run. All of this, like that runs in the workflow, you can run it locally if you want. If you clone the repository and you feel brave enough, I mean, this is something that GitHub will do. So it will just log in with Azure and it will do all the magic. If you are interested on see the code behind, there are links there about what is running, what is deploying. But this is deploying the social inbox. This is deploying like the Azure functions that will add to receive the request from Mastodon or the Fediverse. So once that is completed, it will show like a green. Don't worry about these previous failures. So let's go to our documentation. The next one is to actually execute the next action, which is build and deploy block. And I will run it again. Don't worry about the previous failures. We're in a stress-free environment. Just that's something that sometimes happens. No, I'm joking. So it was because not everything was set up before and the configuration. So the workflow is set up to run each time that a folder it's modified, but don't worry about it. So I may fix that in next versions. So it's gonna just build your block, and it will like make sure that it's be able to be discovered in the Fediverse. So you won't be able to discover the block until you run this. It is failing. Yeah, don't worry about this too. It is not able to broadcast nodes because we don't have any nodes or any posts, but that's fine. So now we can go to the Fediverse and follow your block. So let's just see. This is the block. So this is the magic. I will go to my account and I will copy and paste that here, and then fingers crossed, we have a handsome raccoon here. Oh my gosh. And then I will just follow this, and that's it. You have your first follower. So this block is actually can be seen here, and you can see now we have like this nice template with paper mode. There's nothing there yet. That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. It says that you need to update your outer username. So what is that? So if you go to the configuration, you can see that it's my name here. So each time that your blog posts something, we'll send like a post to the Fediverse, but it will tag like an author. So in this case, it's gonna be me saying, oh, this blog just posted something, but the actual author is another person. So update it there and just save it, and then we are gonna add a post. So you can do it in different ways. You can do in this code space, and remember each post is just a markdown, so you can post your files here. You can also just go to your site, and let me show you. You can just go to the code of your site, and using the GitHub, go into your blog content, post, and you can just edit the files here or create a new file. You can also clone your repo, but my favorite one is changing the .com to .dev, and this will open like a web editor. There is no virtual machine in the back. This is running in the browser, but you can do a lot of cool stuff here. So I will just go to my hello world, and I will change this from draft true to false. That means that it's ready to be published. I may change the date. The blog is enabled to also publish dates in the future, but if not, I'm guessing this is an UTC thing. You can add tags or whatever, and that's it. You commit and push, publishing my node, and then it will take some minutes, and let me show you why. So if we go back to the repo, go to actions, you can see that there is a new one. So each time that you modify anything in the folder, this gets executed, and this time it should be able to build and deploy everything. So let's see. So let's go to our site, refresh. Hello Fediverse, we have our first post. So you can go to your post, and you can see tags and everything is there. If we go to our Fediverse here, and then you can see now we have one post, and let me refresh the page. Now we have a post here. That's cool. I can even reply to the post. Nice block. So your blog is officially in the Fediverse, and people can interact with it. And sorry, I realized that there is some part that is missing and it's not in the template, so I will fix it. But let me show you how easy it is. You are not gonna need to do this, but let me show you how easy it is to actually integrate the comments from the Fediverse. So here I will just copy paste a bunch of code, and really you don't need to do anything. Everything is just set up. So I will just copy paste here, and again, I was not intending you to code, so this is something that will be ready in the moment that this video is published. So I will just modify comments and extend footer, and What else do I need to modify? The head. So I will add my own style. What else? I will add like a button in the menu. Yeah, I remember. So to subscribe, let me add that. And the only reason why I'm adding this here is because paper mode messes set up with the like the links. Anyway, and that's it. So I will just modify those four. Add integration with the Fediverse. So I will just push my changes. And let's see, it's gonna run. Go sip your coffee. Alright, so let's see. Refresh. Okay, I have my subscribe. So what happened with here is like I can just put something like Tech Hub Social, like your account, your server, and go take home, and I can follow this, right? So that's the subscribe in the Fediverse, follow. And then again I can go here and I can load the comments. Remember that I did a replay before. I can put my server, go take me home, and it will show my blog. So I will like this, and I can do another replay. And it will, I mean, you need to wait a few seconds because that is processing server's magic. And then I can go to my blog, and I mean, it's a blog, right? You don't expect the discussion happening in the blog itself, but in the Fediverse. But still, it's nice to like sometimes see these comments here, right? And you can see the like, the other ones, and that's pretty much it. Static site, ActivityPub enabled, and Fediverse-enabled. So thank you for watching, and if you have comments or something, just go to the video. Oh no, wait, there is more. I know that the blog URL doesn't look good. I certainly don't like the Windows.net. You can change that. So there are instructions in the repo. Just go to the repo, and in case that you have, so there are instructions in the repo. So in case that you have your own domain, just go there and change the domain. That's how I did it. So I have my maho.dev. You can also change your themes and configuration, and you can do more custom modifications. If you want to learn more about how to do this and how to mess with the code, there is this guide where I just explain in detail the implementation and everything. If you don't want to mess with that, just create your template and be happy. See ya.